No, my time with the PSL has been like really dear to my heart. I've been very blessed to be a part of the hotel staff. Everyone loves and appreciates cricket here in this country, and they're always smiling when they greet you, and they always like I always say the Pakistanis are always the most humble. Oh, wowzers! I can't give you all my secrets here, surely not.
Yeah, no, of course.
If you say Baba has a problem with the ball coming back into him, the guy averages like 1 million in Test cricket and stuff. Now when Liverpool's winning, I don't see the guy. I barely see him.
We will. So, ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. The superstar Rilee Rossouw from Quetta Gladiators, the South African left-handed maestro, is here. Let's bring him in. Rilee, welcome to DRS. How are you?
Hi everyone, how you doing? I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you so much for making time.
I think you can hear us okay.
Yeah. Can you hear us okay?
Perfect.
Yeah, and myself, all good?
All good. So firstly, thank you so much for making time. I know it's your rest day, probably rest. I'm sure you guys had practice as well, but big game coming up tomorrow. Quetta Gladiators is flying. So I know we have a short span of time, so we'll try to keep the questions as precise as possible. So I'll shoot my first question to you right away. Rilee, you've been part and parcel of PSL for a long time. Me and Salar they were just discussing that you have had a very big role in getting PSL to where it is. There's no doubt about it. So how would you sum up your journey as PSL, because you've been in a different team as well? So your love for PSL, and how have you enjoyed your journey with PSL so far?
I thought you were going to make it easy questions.
Yeah, we'll get there.
No, really dear to my heart. I've been very blessed to be a part of this competition for, I think this is my 9th season now. And like I said, from the beginning of the PSL, playing with the certain like major names that came up, like the KPs and the Shane Watsons, and even the Luke. He also played. Luke Wright. He played with us. So like, just being a part of the whole start of the PSL to where the journey had come from 9 seasons on has been phenomenal and fantastic to be a part of, and really honored to be bringing cricket, as I say, back to Pakistan was one of my highlights in my life, to be a part of something so big and so special. And just very, very blessed to have been a part of it for 9 seasons.
And as you said, you've been part of the people who have brought cricket back to Pakistan, and the amount of time you've spent here in Pakistan, I'm sure you've seen the love and appreciation you've received back from the people of Pakistan in that.
Yes, definitely, and it's from everywhere, from the people on the street all the way up to the guys in the stands, to the hotel staff. Everyone loves and appreciates cricket here in this country, and they're always smiling when they greet you, and they always like I always say the Pakistanis are always the most humble people that I know, and it's just very like honoring for me to be here.
Before I throw to Kani, just wanted to let you know, I wish we had time to speak off here beforehand, but my new boss is a doppelganger, as a 99% doppelganger of you. So, and I told him, and he even didn't believe me. I sent him your picture, and he really thought it was his picture. So it's quite unbelievable how much you guys look the same, and you're exactly the same age as well. So, but anyways,
maybe you should come tomorrow and then play in my place and see if you can get away with it.
I asked him if he has South African. He has Italian heritage. Just to let you know. Kani, go ahead.
Oh, goodness. Rilee, once again, thanks for joining us. We have a host of questions, but it would be remiss not to mention, like I said, your contributions to the PSL. You're the only overseas batter in the top 5 all-time run scorers at the PSL, in the top 5 all-time sixes hit in the PSL, 2-time a PSL winner. As a Multan Sultans fan, I'm glad that Quetta let you go the first time. I just put all cards on the table. Honestly, to this day, I'm not sure why they did, but it all worked out, and you had 2 match-winning cameos in both finals. So I just wanted to start with, I hope you know how loved and appreciated you are amongst the PSL fraternity, because you, Darren, Sammy, Shane Watson are probably like a couple of standout names that have really played a central role in bringing the PSL to where it is. So just wanted to kind of put that on the table. We'll get to the questions, Rilee. Now, this is something we asked Saud as well, and I know, easier questions, but Sometimes we need to kind of get in the nitty gritty of the decisions that you make on the field. So last season, obviously you were captain, right? And this
Yeah.
season, South's captaining the team. What I wanted to get at is does your like decision making as a captain, as a player, change as a batter when you're a captain? Because I followed you with Pretoria as well, and then obviously with Quetta last season. I just personally feel like, for example, when you were in Multan, it was simple, like see ball, hit ball, like your strike rate's in the 180s. And I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. Like to us, it feels at times like as a batter, when you're captain, you're thinking of what target you want to do, so you kind of second guess yourself. Does that ever come up when you're out there? Like, just curious.
I think if I look back at it now, I think captaincy, what it did to me was to be more of a team player than more of a happy-go-lucky type of guy. So I would always put the team first in terms of where I should bat, what I should do, like who needs to come in the situation. And when I'm not a captain, the best thing for the team is to bat me at three, and that's
Yeah.
like full stop. All right.
Yeah.
But when I was captain, then I always thought, okay, no, maybe we got what I should do, like who needs to come in the situation. And when I'm not a captain, the best thing for the team is to bat me at three, and that's like full
Yeah.
stop. All right.
Yeah.
But when I was captain, then I always thought, okay, no, maybe we got to look after this youngster, or we got to look after this guy. Let him bat three, then because I'm the most experienced, I'll probably bat four or five and try keep things together, keep the ship steady. Looking back at it now, I mean that's bluntly, honest speaking. Um, I mean, if I could go back and do things differently, I would just be a more selfish, so to speak, and just say I'm batting three, and that's the best thing for the team, and like still be happy, go lucky, see the ball, hit the ball type of thing.
And Riley, the other thing, in terms of your batting, you obviously are somebody who is very accustomed to playing leagues across the world. What I wanted to know is two things. One is I've always wondered, like I feel like you have connected with Quetta. You did connect with Multan as well when you were part of their team. How easy or hard is it to emotionally connect with the team when you are playing for them? Because if you are not emotionally invested, it's hard, probably, I'm guessing, hard to perform on the field as well. So when you travel to different countries and different teams, how hard do you find it to connect with the team and the whole ethos of the culture of the team?
Yeah, I think a lot plays with who you have in your team, and what is their whole mindset of what do they want to achieve, what is their whole like persona want to be as a franchise. And firstly, when I started with Quetta, we had KP, which was a legend of the game, and he kind of like didn't run things, but he definitely set the tone of what professionalism and expectancy is, and the whole team just ran with him and followed him in that regard, and it made things easier to adjust in the PSL, in a new franchise, in a new tournament, especially with such an experienced guy leading from the front. And then shifting over to Multan, I thought, this is now what, three years later, a
Yeah.
bit more experienced. And then we had guys like Kyron Pollard in the team. We had David Miller. So I feel like gelling and with the team and getting your whole, how can I say, your whole team in one direction is it plays a lot with the senior players, and getting emotionally connected with them and being on that standard of we want to win a competition, but also we want to have fun while we're doing it. And that's a big thing for the overseas guys, is to really enjoy their time while they're being here, instead of just thinking to themselves, okay, I'm going to be stuck in a hotel for a month. What am I going to do? I'm already going brain dead. Like you got to like try and
Yeah.
already before you come to the tour, you've got to tell yourself, this is what I want to do. This is my goals. This is my teammates. Let's gel. Let's make it as fun as possible. So this month, before you know it, is finished, and you want to have memories about that, but also you want to set a goal for the team to become back next year even stronger.
And as an international player, as an overseas player, you obviously, as you said, you have the expectation is, because of the tag of the international player, the expectation is always different on you than probably a local player. So expectation management obviously is something you do as well. So the other thing was, as a batsman, as a left-handed batsman, there's always this thing about lefties that they prefer some sort of a bowling. For example, Babar Azam right now is suffering from a problem where he has this left arm angle coming to him, and be it a fast bowler or a spinner, he's struggling right now. As a left-handed batter, you normally have right arm bowlers coming across to you as well, from the other end. So what kind of bowling do you generally prefer not to face, and what kind of bowling do you feel like you really can get the edge over?
Wowzers. I can't give you all my secrets here. Surely not. No, I think in general, anything that comes back into any batsman, whether it be right or left-handed, is always going to be easier in terms of if you want to like hit sixes. I just feel like that angle of the ball trajectory coming right into your pads. Yes, maybe some people have a technical difficulty, but I'm talking generally speaking, it is much easier for us to hit. And the ball that obviously like nips or swings away, spins away, is more difficult to play rather than the ball coming back in. That's my observation. That's pretty much simple.
Kani.
But I just want to add on. I mean,
Yeah, no, of course.
If you say Baba has a problem with the ball coming back into him, the guy averages like 1 million in Test cricket and one-day cricket, and he's a phenomenal player. Surely he's maybe just going through a bad patch. You can't say he's got a problem.
Yeah, he has a problem right now, but I have no doubt he's going to come out the other side much better.
Yes, 100%.
Kani, go ahead.
Yeah, no, Rilee, it's funny you say that, because I feel like the matchups and how they've integrated into T20 cricket, you fall to a similar mode of dismissal, like twice or thrice in a row, and people are already kind of creating a pattern. Like he said in Babar's case, like they're saying, like, for example, spin for you is a bit of a tricky situation. This season you fall into, I think, Nabi, Saim Ayub, and Rashid Hussain. And like just in Multan, I know you love pace on, right? That's where Rilee Rossouw at 3 like would go all guns blazing. But have you found the conditions, because the PSL is happening in a different window this year than it usually is? Have you found them a little trickier? Because we're seeing games where at times 240 is being chased, and then we see games where like 140 is not getting chased with the Australian clay wickets in Karachi. So how have you found the wickets this year compared to previous seasons?
Yeah, I've never been a big man for stats in terms of what's the right matchups, what's not, because I mean, stats just tells you that I went out to an off spinner today. It doesn't say the wicket was spinning 2 meters long. I was chasing 12 and over. The dimensions was 80 meters, 60 meters. Like it doesn't say, it just says you were out to right an off spinner. So I'm not always a big fan of stats. Yes, I do look into it and maybe have a think about it, but it's not something that is the be all end all just for a first pointer. And in terms of like chasing this year, the Karachi wicket wasn't the best. Yes, it started off with a bang with a 240 or 230, but ever since then it just slightly started coming lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. And that's something that you just need to adjust, especially when we're playing only at four stadiums. The wickets are going to be used, and it's not going to be the 200 games each and every single time. But when regards to Lahore, I felt like that was a stadium or a wicket that suited our bowling, especially our bowling, which last year I thought, I mean, we played most of our games also in Karachi, which wasn't fantastic. So this year playing in Lahore, that 5 games back to back was very good for the Quetta Gladiators.
This is a question from our fans that are watching live. This is something I wanted to ask. I'm glad that he asked. So Hamad, he's a regular contributor to the show. Can you explain the 5-0 celebration? What is all that about?
So I did mention it in the post-match interview that I had with PSL. So in our team, we have a best fielder of the day, and he gets $500, which is massive. Okay. So every time I take a catch, and I know I look at Wazir Junior because he also wants a 500. That's myself. It's 500, 500.
Yeah, I got the second half of that interview where you explained why you were not happy because you were taken off from mid-on.
A very grumpy Rilee. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw that. The other question, this is my question. I've been meaning to ask you. I've been seeing your celebrations. I feel like a lot of your celebrations come from FIFA. Is it correct?
Most of them, some of them, yes, FIFA, and then I've also got now. Well, I've got now three children, but two of them also give me my celebrations that I have to do. So,
Oh, okay. So that's like
yeah.
Bruno Fernandes and his kids' celebration. His celebrations come from his kids as well. Okay,
So
so
I don't know if Bruno is he like bottom of the log somewhere in the Premier League or?
Yeah.
we won't go there.
We'll
We
still
won't go
sneak
there.
into the Champions League somehow.
So
Riley, we're getting
this.
a host of oh, there we go.
Okay.
Sorry,
That's
it
good.
was just like lying next to me. Let me
I'm
just
Yeah.
put it here.
I'm
Maybe people
As
can't see
title
it.
winners, I think they can't read.
I'm guessing you get along with Survey very well then.
Yeah.
Yes. He gets along with me very well.
Yeah, and just to let you know, you're talking to two Man United fans.
Yeah.
So
No, Riley, if this
Well,
wasn't a
sorry guys,
Quetta,
I'm losing the connection. My connection is going.
this is
Riley, if this wasn't a Quetta podcast, I'd ask you how you felt about Trent leaving. But we'll save that for another time.
yes.
True.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of questions. And I'll paraphrase them, kind of bring them together here. A lot of people are curious about, Quetta's got some emerging talent coming through. Khwaja Nafe, Hassan Nawaz, Hasibullah, some very exciting talent that people want to see. You obviously have a closer access to them. You're seeing them in the nets. Like, has somebody really stood out to you that you think can be a serious, player in the future? Somebody to keep an eye on, whether in Quetta or just generally in the PSL this season.
Yeah, I think all of those names that you mentioned there are got high potential. I think I'm really looking forward to see a guy like Nafay in the coming years. I kind of feel sometimes Pakistan cricket, and don't get me wrong, they see a guy for one season, he does well, then he gets selected automatically. That's not always the case that I feel should happen. I think I kind of feel like the guy needs to just get a solid foundation in terms of let him perform for a season. Yes, he's done well. Let him perform for another season. Okay, maybe there's a spot. Maybe we look at him, we bring him in the squad. We don't necessarily play him, but we give him the experience. And then the next season, when he does well again for the third season, then we boost him. Instead of just taking him in after one good season, not doing well in the international setup, and then his all confidence and everything falls down. There's a lot of potential in Pakistan, and like I said, I think Nafay is one of those guys that if you give him time and you give him experience and give him the opportunities, he's definitely going to be one to look out for.
That's following up on that, and just to I think you're 100% right. We do sometimes pick our players a little too early, and they lack the skills they need to have a solid foundation. There are a lot of players come and go. It's the same with fast bowlers and batsmen alike. In terms of your batting, when you say power, when you were mentioning Nafe, he's somebody who's aspiring to be a power hitter. You've been in all formats. You're not purely a power hitter, but over the years I've noticed you have adapted your game, and you've added many shots to your game. So in terms of power hitting, how much? Two things. There's a question that came in too. I'm sorry, I forgot where it is. The question was how much power hitting is more down to your technique or down to how actual muscles you carry. So how much is it down to your technique?
Sure. I think the most important thing is if you've got a good quality bat. I think that makes a massive difference. If you've got a great bat that's made from a good manufacturer, it doesn't matter how strong or how like technique you have. If you've got timing and you've got a good bat, you are sorted. But in saying that, you also need to practice it. You can't, like when I started my career, I was a number three. I played 4-day cricket, red ball cricket, and 1-day cricket. T20 wasn't like a massive thing back then. So when I got my chance in the Proteas, I had to bat at 6 and 7, and then I had to adapt my game completely. So I needed to practice and learn how to hit the ball hard, how to hit the ball far. All these things taken into consideration to where I am now today. It's definitely through a lot of hard work and training as well.
So we have a question. There's a lot of nepotism in our show as well. He's our captain of our team, Sakib Shah. Which bowler in PSL 2025 has challenged you the most so far, and why?
Well, probably Nabi because that wicket was horrific.
Okay, so I have another question from Faris. He also has a YouTube show called Shiny Side, so he sent it to me directly. So I'll just ask it right now. So he's wondering, if you were given reins of the PSL for one season, what changes would you make to make it more appealing to the audience and make it more marketable product?
That is a very difficult question. Wow. I've got no clue when it comes to marketing and anything. So if I got reins for a season, it's just going to go downhill. So please don't give me the reins. I don't want
No,
the reins.
we'll keep you to the cricket. We'll keep you to the cricket.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Riley, I'll just mention a note here from Kashif Khan. He's a very diehard Quetta fan and a loyal subscriber of their channel. He's just wanted to say that he really appreciates you and so grateful to have you. Just keep smiling on the field, and they love to see you in action. Now we will get into a question about player roles, right? And I just wanted to gauge because, when you're at Pretoria, you have players like Will Jacks, Gurbaz around you, Kyle Varane, for example. At Quetta, Finn Allen, Saud, Kusal Mendes, different kind of roles. And then until Mark Chapman arrived, there was a game that I remember Quetta sent you in at 6. And I thought to myself, what are you doing? You can't have Riley anywhere besides 3, right? And I can understand if for Hassan Nawaz they need to push you to 4, but any further than that, it just feels like a waste of. Because ideally, I feel like you're best when you have at least 12 overs to play. So how does that affect your game plan? Like when you're walking in and you don't necessarily get as much time. Like when you came in at 6, they're coming in at the 14th over, right? Then you have to go from ball 1 kind of thing. So how does that change your game plan? Like when you walk out?
Yeah, I think I mean it's not just batting or in that scenario. I think in every scenario your game plan does change. Yes, you've got your fundamentals that you kind of want to see, let's say 6 balls and see how the wicket plays, get the bounce of the wicket, how much is it turning, and just kind of feel the pace of the wicket. But when you get shifted down low the order, then that margin becomes smaller and smaller. So instead of 6 balls, maybe I got 3 balls, then 2 balls, then you got to go. So yes, it definitely does change your game plan on how you react. It also does depend on the game situation, if we are chasing, if we're setting. So all of these type of things do factor in, and it definitely does change.
Righty, I know we have limited time, so we have because Nabil did tell me hard stop on 30 minutes, so we have about 10 minutes to go. So I'll quickly, because of short in time, I was not able to prepare a lot of
If you're having too much fun, we don't mind extending it another 5 minutes.
I wasn't able to generate a lot of graphics from ChatGPT. But only got 4, so I'll just ask these 4 questions. So choose one: biryani or bunny chow?
Biryani.
Brilliant. And I'm guessing it's Karachi biryani. Ronaldo or Messi? I know the answer already.
Let's go with, it's a difficult one. My son's probably going to not like me anymore. I'm going to go with Mohamed Salah.
Mohamed Salah. Obviously, I knew the answer. Long workout or a long run?
How about just chill on the beach and just relax?
FIFA.
Yeah, a long workout. Let's do a long workout.
Okay, so you already said this: beach or mountains. So I'm guessing
beach.
Yeah, definitely beach. You have that vibe of somebody who really doesn't want to go up on a mountain. We asked this.
But yet I married someone that wants to go up on a mountain.
We asked this question to Sarfaraz, and his answer was the most funniest one. He said, beaches because mountains I get scared when I go to mountains. I feel dizzy. So his answer was the best one so far. Really, the other thing is, I will rephrase the question that we asked earlier. So not in terms of marketing, so in terms of playing conditions, in terms of innovations in the game, do you think any changes can benefit PSL moving forward?
Like an impact sub, for example.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the impact sub. Yes, it is more exciting. It does bring more runs or more wickets or whatever you decide. But personally, I just think then it just changes the game too much on the impact sub. Yes, it probably gives more people opportunity to play, which is great. But if that's the case, then let's just have a batting 11 and a bowling 11 and a fielding 11. Like, I mean, if you want to go very drastic, but I think cricket must still also remember its basics and its fundamentals of where it came from. So I'm a big man for change, but in small doses. If anything, maybe something what they do, what they used to do in some leagues is they put a power surge in there. So you have 4 overs of power play, and then 2 overs you can take anywhere between, let's say, 12 and 16 or 12 and 18.
Big Bash do
That
that.
also, yeah, that's something different, something also exciting. It does change the game a bit, but not like drastically in terms of what's going to happen. So. I like something like that. That's a good change.
I'm in agreement with you on the impact player. I think it's not supposed to be in cricket. It's ruining the game experience. Hi Rilee, you're known for your explosive batting. What's your mindset when you walk out to the crease in a high pressure T20 match, and what's the process batsmen should have during a chase?
Okay, well, just keep coming with the difficult questions, but thank you. First of all, mindset wise, I think I'm fortunate enough that I've played quite a bit of cricket, so I'm not nervous before I go out to bat. I'm really just trying to get in the zone of focusing of what's happening in especially in a run chase, whatever the target may be. Let's say the target's 200, then you've got more. You can show more of your flair. You can express more. Anything above 200, it's really like a no calls type of thing. You can go out and really express yourself. But I find when it becomes like a 160, 170, then it becomes a bit more tricky. Then you've got to be a bit more switched on in terms of how the wicket is playing, your shot selections, what matchups are in the game. Then you've got to really think about what you got to do. But when it comes down to the wire, I think something simple which Lance Klusner taught me once was when you're chasing a run chase, always divide the runs needed in half because you don't have to score all the runs. That's something that's so simple, just stuck with me. Instead of just thinking, oh, I need to get 60 runs in 30 balls, that's quite difficult. If I go 30 runs in 15 balls, hey, that's much easier. So just something so simple for a run chase makes a big difference.
Yeah, that's actually very good advice. And Lance Klusner, the Gen Z probably don't even know how good Lance Klusner was. He was ahead of his time. If he was, he would have been probably the most expensive player in today's T20 market for sure. Riley, the the other thing was, since we're sitting on the Quetta platform, I have to ask you the whole I mean, Nabil is a guy who obviously you and I know, and the whole atmosphere with Quetta team, you've been part of the team twice now. So how do you feel being part of the Quetta family, and how do you feel that they have come up as a team? Because they won the title a few years back, they've had some lean years. This time most of us have tagged them as probable champions, and you guys are doing well. So again, you how do you see your team right now? How good are the chances of winning the title, and how's your journey been with Quetta as well?
Yeah, I think from a big thank you has to go out to Nabil for getting me part of this franchise back in way, I can't even remember when, 2000 and something.
17.
17. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. To get me part of the PSL and to really get to know Quetta Gladiators and Mr. Nadim Bhai, which has been, like you say, kind of family with me and treated me definitely like family, which is fantastic to see that the game of cricket can give you so much more than just playing cricket and experiencing other places. You actually build connections, you build friendships, lasting long friendships. So very, very proud to be like a part of the Quetta family. And yeah, I mean it's been a long day since 2017, and I mean our team this year has been phenomenal. Last year we also had a great team. We just unfortunately never came out with the right results, but this year just seems like things are starting to click nicely. We've done some good recruitment as always from the master himself. So we're in a good space, and it's just, the main thing is just to stay positive and don't forget how we play the game and treat the game with respect.
Riley, you've had a very storied career so far. May it long continue. You have a lot of more stories to write. But this, because this question we've asked everybody we've interviewed, and we've got some very interesting answers. So, tell us one one person who is the funniest or biggest prankster you've come across all your teams. And the other fun,
In
the one
any
of the
dressing room, yeah, that
and,
you've been
and
a
any
part of.
dressing
Yes,
room. And the other thing, secondly, if the funniest incident you remember that you, whenever you think about it, you just keep cannot help but smile.
Yeah. Even if it was back in the day, at any stage of your career, under 19, any franchise, doesn't matter.
I think the funniest guy I've ever been a part of in a changing room is a guy called Dylan Dupree. He's now the head coach of the Protea women's team.
Okay.
He played with me back at the Knights. He literally everything that he says was just hilarious, and everyone was laughing. So he's one guy that I really do miss in the changing room. He always brought good vibes. And the funniest incident, there is a lot of funny things which I probably can't say on air, um, which is probably just out of respect.
Fair enough.
But yes, there's been so many good memories in the changing room. It's so difficult to just mention one.
Yeah.
That it's been a good time. It's been a really good time.
Okay, now I was just checking with Nabil if we need to hang up because I know he told me it's a very hard 30 minutes. So we'll just take 5 more minutes of your time and then
Sure.
we will let you go because I know you have
And
to
we
get
really
ready
appreciate your
and
time,
relax.
Riley,
For
once
No
again.
Akani, if you
problem.
have last questions, please go ahead. I'll finish it up after that.
We have honestly still a host of questions. A lot of people wanting to know Sir Wiv's impact in the camp, and you've obviously spent a fair bit of time with him over the past seasons. What kind of presence do you think he has over the Quetta Gladiators dugout, if you can share?
Yeah, I mean, Sir Viv is a phenomenal man. He's done great things in his whole life and career, and it's very once again, it's a big honor to be with him in the dugout in the dressing room. He brings a lot of energy, as you can see on the television. He's also a very funny man. He's got one unique laugh as well. You should ask some of the boys to explain his laugh to you when you get another questionnaire on air. But yeah, it's just got that impact in the dressing room. He's got an aura about him, which when he talks, people listen. So that's always fantastic to have.
Riley, again, because of the shortage of time, we try to keep it as concise as possible. But I wish we had more time. Maybe some other day we'll have more time with you, and we'll probably celebrate the title with you on air. Before you go,
That'll be good.
the guy who brought you here, the guy who brought you to Quetta Gladiators. I was just thinking that Liverpool and Manchester United. How do you guys get along, Nabil and you? How much did you rub in
Well,
the title win?
well, when Manchester used to win back in the day in 2017, he treated me with a lot more things in my room and came to visit me and things and stuff. Now when Liverpool's winning, I don't see the guy. I barely see him.
I wonder why. But no, Riley, thank you so much for your time. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed the interview, and thank you so much everybody for watching. Riley, wish you very best of luck in the title, and hope you guys come up with the second title for Quetta. It's about time, and I hope you
Yeah.
play a key role because your runs are pending. You are due a
Yeah.
big innings, so I really
And
everybody.
he tends to save it for the big occasions. He's got match-winning cameos in both the PSL finals. So there's another one loading here. Best of luck, Riley, and thank you for
Best
joining
of
us.
luck,
Appreciate it,
Riley.
guys.
Thank you so much for your
Thank you
time,
very
and
much.
thank
Take
you.
care. Bye bye. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.